This may well be one of the most important pieces of silver I've ever created. It's called Aftermath. And I'll be honest with you, I've been struggling with how to make this video. I just don't want to sit here and say, look at this piece of silver I've made, what do you think? I actually made this back in February. I've done a process video of how I made it, but I never actually did a final reveal when it was all finished in the box. And Aftermath is the second largest artwork I've created. It sits just behind Ecstasy in weight and size. But in some ways, to me, this piece feels a bit more significant. And in the moment, I'm going to open the case and show it to you properly. But before I do, I just want to try and explain why this artwork matters so much to me, because I think without that, you don't really understand what I was trying to create. Now, if you have followed my work for a while, you remember the very first piece like this I did called Ecstasy. It was my first 16-piece panel. Now that piece, it was about intensity, desire, emotion at the peak of emotion, at the overwhelming feeling of being consumed in the moment in time. And after I created it, it was how do I chase another high like that? Because after the high, after the passion, the chaos, the moment after, it's so intense in the moment, but there's always something that comes next. And that's kind of where Aftermath came from. I seen this image. The image, I based it on my starting reference, and I just couldn't get it out of my head. And that kind of thing, I couldn't get it out of my head, and that was what this piece is about. That it's what remains after the moment's passed, not the explosion itself, not the drama while it's happening, but the kind of consequence, the silence afterwards, the traces that are left behind, all the skulls in the background, and to me that it felt a lot harder, a much harder thing to capture. Most of my stuff, most of my work, it normally it begins or starts with, like, I don't know, it'll be a portrait or a character or a feeling, or someone will tell me they want me to turn their story into silver. But Aftermath and that image, it just felt different from the beginning. It was, as soon as I seen the image, it was right. That's the next one from Ecstasy. It's a 16-piece, and it created a strange pressure while I was working on it. Not only was it difficult to get across the line, to just get the silver, and I'm sure if you go back and watch me creating it, you'll know the story, how I had help to get there. Because the thing is that with the pressure, when you create something on this scale, I mean, there's a temptation to kind of go after the impressive. You think about the size, the weight, the amount of silver it's going to be, the challenge of doing it, the presentation, and all of that matters. But I didn't want this piece just to turn out like someone could say, oh, it's a big lump, or it must have took you months to make. I wanted it to make someone stop. I wanted it to make them feel the same mood and feeling that I did when I first saw the image. I wanted someone looking at it to feel like they'd walked into a story after kind of the decisive moments happened, after Ecstasy. And now they're left trying to understand what took place before. That was a real challenge for me with this piece. Not just making it, but making it mean something to carry on from Ecstasy. I mean, and physically speaking, it is a substantial work. I mean, Aftermath now, it's over 40 ounces, 40 troy ounces. And of course, it's all hand poured, 3/9 fine silver, 16 panels. And every single panel is hallmarked by the Birmingham Assay Office. Because for me, with pieces at this level and finish, that it really matters, that needs doing. It's not just about making something striking. It's about making something that feels properly resolved, complete as an artwork, as an object. Something that a collector can own and buy with confidence. Even the case, the piece it sits inside. This is a bespoke black walnut display case made by McCulloch Furniture in Ireland. I ship it across. He makes it all by hand, inlays it, and he measures the artwork and makes sure this padding inside grips to it and fits to it just right for the complete presentation. Now this matters. It really matters. I wanted it to feel like a serious work, like Ecstasy. Something with presence, even before you open it. Something that makes you pause, because you just want to see what's inside this case. And this is probably the bit that made this voiceover hardest to do. Because I can tell you about the facts, I can tell you how heavy it is, I can tell you that it's 390 in silver. I can tell you it's a 101 ampouled, hallmarked, presented in walnut with inlaid maple. But none of that would really explain why I care so much about it. For me, the truth is this piece, Aftermath, it feels closer to the kind of artist I'm trying to become. I mean, I love making silver art no matter what it is, but because I love the process. I love the sand casting, the heating it up, the unpredictability of the silver. But more and more, I just don't want to make pieces that people say are, all the good. I want to make stuff that stays with people. Pieces that feel like they came from somewhere deeper rather than it just, that'd look cool in silver. And I think Aftermath, this is one of the clearest examples so far of that. It kind of like feels like a coming of age for me. It feels uncomfortable in the right way. And it feels like a piece that isn't asking to be liked immediately. I think it needs to be looked at and it needs to be taken in. Hence why I haven't made this video. Hence why I've waited until mid-May to do it from mid-February once I made it. I mean, that's been deliberate. And I know I've spoken quite a bit about the piece already without actually opening the box. But with a piece like this, I don't want the first thing you do to simply scan the surface and decide whether you like it. I wanted to give you my thought process behind it first. I wanted you to understand that Aftermath's not just like a dramatic event. It's about the cost of one and what's happened before it. It's not about the fire. It's about imagine it's the smoke hanging in the air after a fire. It's not about a decision that's made. It's about living with that decision, what it leaves behind you. So let me finally show you now it's all in the fitted case. This is Aftermath. And even now, when I just look at it laid out like this, I think, I'm going to say it probably is the most powerful thing I've made, even surpasses Ecstasy. There's quite a lot going on. I never wanted it to feel noisy, but with all the skulls and everything going on and her kind of cheeky smile, it's for me, it gives you the tension, the detail and the stillness in it, but as tension. And of course, you've got all the individual panels and all the surfaces and how the light catches it when you move it in different ways. But when you step back, it's got a heaviness to it. It doesn't feel like, even though she's got that look on the face, it's not meant to be celebration, really. It's not triumph. It feels like something's already happened, and she's just left with the truth, and only she knows what she's done. And that's kind of what I wanted, and that's what attracted me to the starting image in the first place. As I said, it just lived in my head. I couldn't get it out of my head. What I like about creating these larger multi-panel pieces, you can spend more time with them. From a distance, you get more of an emotional image from it. And then when you come closer, it kind of all breaks into pieces, into individual moments. Your eye moves from one panel to, well, mine does anyway, from one panel to another. You'll see all the textures, the expressions, how the silver deepens in the shadows, and because it's really high relief in places. And that's part to do with the silver because it's such a physical material. And of course, the light hits it in different ways and it changes how you can view it. You don't really look at it once. You have to move around it, come back to it. It just pulls you in. And that's what I love about the silver. That's what I love working with this medium. It's one of the reasons I keep pushing further with these larger works, and it just gets me. Silver's got this kind of beauty. And I mean, of course it does, we all love it. But in a piece like this, it's got weight, both literally and emotionally, not just because however it feels. I think every artist has a certain work where when it's finished, it feels like a marker, like something's changed. I think now, for me, Aftermath, that feels like one of those pieces. It feels connected to Ecstasy, but it also feels the next step beyond it. It's almost as if Ecstasy said, what does it feel like to be completely consumed in a moment? And then Aftermath carries on, and then it says, but what did that moment cost me? And I think that pairing between them, it means a lot. It really means a lot to me, because it kind of shows the progression, where I'm heading, where I'm going. And when someone sees them side by side one day, if that ever happens, or if you only encounter one or the other, if you only ever come across Aftermath on its own, I like that this piece carries that story beneath it on its own. Now, Aftermath, of course, this is available to a collector. It's a true 101 artwork, hand poured, 40 odd ounces of 3/9 silver, and you can in it housed in its bespoke black walnut case. I can say all that. I'll leave all the details in the description for anyone who wants to spend more time with it and inquire. But honestly, if it sells straight away or remains with me longer, I'm just so proud of this one. And it's such a hard video to make. But I think the reason that is because this is what represents exactly where I want to take silverpunk. It's not just making silver pieces, it's making these deeper artworks with a story, with emotional weight. So that's Aftermath. I'd genuinely love to know what you feel when you look at it. Not just whether you like it, but what you think is happening when you look at it, or what you think's already happened before we even arrived here. Because with this piece, the story is not entirely mine anymore. Once it leaves the studio and someone else stands in front of it, they bring their own meaning to the piece, and that's what I love. And for me, that's when a piece of art really begins to live. Thank you for taking the time to sit with this one.